Good morning everyone. So today we are going to talk about word problem involving linear algebra with 2 variables and 3 variables. So our learning objectives for today is that at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to solve word problem involving systems of linear equation with 2 variables and with 3 variables, apply the process of linear algebra in real-life situation through solving word problems, and lastly, recognize the importance of linear algebra in making informed decisions in real-life situations. So we have here our word problem involving 2 variables. The movie theater sells 2 types of ticket, regular and VIP. So that is our variables. A regular ticket costs 290 pesos while a VIP ticket costs 3 halves of the regular ticket. On one night, the theater collected 345,970 from ticket sales. The number of VIP tickets sold was 42, fewer than twice the number of the regular ticket. How many regular and VIP tickets were sold? This is our word problem with 2 variables. So the first step that we need to do is, of course, identify the given. So the given there is, let R is equal to the number of regular tickets and let B the VIP tickets. So this is our given. It also states there that the price of the regular ticket is equal to 290 pesos. And the price for the VIP ticket is 290 or 3 halves of the regular ticket, which is 290 pesos. So all we need to do is multiply these two to find the value of, or to find the cost of the VIP ticket. So that will be equal to 435 pesos. So this is the price of our VIP ticket and this is the price of our regular ticket. So we have our variable and we have our given. So the second thing that we need to do is identify the equation that we will be needing. So the first one is 290R plus 435B is equal to the total ticket sales that is sold during that night is 345,970 pesos. So this is our equation number 1. And the second equation is, it also states there that the number of VIP tickets sold is 42, fewer than twice the number of the regular ticket. So let's write that down. So B is equal to 42, fewer than twice the regular ticket, 2R minus 42. So this is our equation number 2. Now, we already identified our equations. Now, we are going to identify what system of linear equation will we going to use. So here, since we already have the value of B, we can just use substitution method to substitute this to this equation. Now, for the next step, to solve for R, substitute B is equal to 2R, just copy this, 2R minus 42 in equation 1. So let's copy the equation 1. 290R plus 435 and the value of b, which is equal to 2r minus 42. 2r minus 42, bring this down, equal to 345,970. Now let us simplify this. So 290r plus 435 times 2r is equal to 870r. So 435 multiplied by negative 42 is negative 18,270. Is equal to 345,970. So the next one is we can transpose this into the other side, and this the operation of this will change into an addition. So 290r plus 870r is equal to 345,970 plus 18,270. Now let us simplify this further. So 160r is equal to 364,240. Now to isolate the variable r, we divide both sides by 1,160. So therefore, our value or the value of r here is equal to 340. And now, since we already have the value of r, we need to find the value of b. So to find the value of b, substitute r in equation 2. So this is our equation 2. So let us write that down. B is equal to 2r minus 42. Now we substitute the value of r. So b is equal to 2 multiplied by, our value of r is 314. So 2 multiplied by 314 minus 42. To simplify this further, 2 multiplied by 314 is equal to 628 minus 42. So 628 minus 42 is 586. So the value of b here is 586. Now, since we already found the value of r and b, we need to do the conclusion, or we need to write down the conclusion. So the conclusion here is, therefore, the number of tickets sold for regular and VIP tickets were 314 and 586 tickets. Respectively. So this is our final answer, or this is our conclusion. So always, when answering a word problem, always end your answer with the final conclusion. So for you to further analyze the process, you can refer to these images. So we have here again a word problem involving two variables. So Ayesha and Russ went to the National Bookstore to buy school supplies. Ayesha spent 1,345 on 24 notebooks and 10 ball pens. So our variable here is 10 the notebooks and the ball pen. Russell spent 930 pesos on 12 notebooks and 8 ball pens. What is the price of a notebook and a ball pen? So for our second problem, again, our process is the first thing that we need to do is identify the given. So there we have the notebooks and the ball pen. So that is our variable. So let n be the number of ball pens. The number of notebooks, rather. And let b be the number of ball pens. So next is identify the equation. So it states there that Ayesha spent a total of 1,345 on 24 notebooks. So 24n plus 10 ball pens. So 10b is equal to the total of 1,345. So this is our equation 1. So the second one is, it also states there that Russ spent 930 pesos on 12 notebooks plus 8 ball pens with a total of 930 pesos. So this is our equation number 2. Now the second one is, what method are we going to use? So here, we are going to use the elimination method. The next thing that we need to do, we need to eliminate a variable or one variable to find the equation that we will be using to find each values. So here we can eliminate n by multiplying -2 to the equation 2. So to eliminate n, use -2 equation 2 plus equation 1. So -2, we distribute -2 and equation 2. So -2 multiplied by 12n, that will be -24n. Then -2 multiplied by 8 is -16b. Is equal to -2 multiplied by 930 is equal to -1,860. So this is the equation that we are going to use to eliminate the variable n. So let us just write down the equation 1. 24n plus 10b is equal to 1,345. Here, notice that when we add these two, it will be equal to 0. Therefore, we eliminate n. Just eliminate that. Then, -16b plus 10b is equal to -6b. Since the value of 16, which is negative, is higher than the positive value. So, that will be -6b. And then, -1,860 plus 1,345 is equal to -515. Since the negative values is higher than the positive. So that will be -515. So to isolate the variable b, we divide both sides by -6. So -6 over -6 is 1. So that will be b is equal to -515 divided by -6 is equal to 85.83. So this is the value of b. Now to find the value of n. So to find the value of n, find the value of n, substitute the value of b in either equation 1 or 2. But here, we can use the equation number 2. b, substitute b is equal to 85.83 in equation 2. So just copy the equation 2. 12n plus 8b is equal to 930. So substitute the value of b, 12n plus 8 multiplied by 85.83 is equal to 930. So simplify. We multiply 8 by 85.83. So 12n plus 686.67 is equal to 930. So again, transpose this to the other side and the operation will change. So 12n is equal to 930 minus 686.67. So this will be equal to 12n is equal to 243.32. So again, to isolate the variable n, we will divide both sides by 12. So n is equal to 20.28. So this is the value of n. Again, the conclusion. So therefore, the price of a notebook is 20.28 pesos. So always include the units that is mentioned in our word problem. And the price of a ball pen is 85.83 pesos. So this is our final conclusion and our final answer. For you to further analyze the process or the solution, you can refer to these images. Now let us proceed in solving a word problem with 3 variables. In a computer, Mika, Ajax, and Giselle printed different sets of materials. Mika printed 5 pages of black and white, 4 pages of colored, and 3 pages of photo printing with a total bill of 345. Ajax printed 10 pages of black and white, 9 pages of colored, and 8 pages of photo printing with a total of 820 pesos. Giselle printed 20 pages of black and white, 15 pages of colored, and 12 pages of photo printing with a total of 1,350 pesos. Find the cost of each printing materials. So again, the first thing that we need to do here is to identify our givens. So there, since we have 3 variables, let us state that. Let B is equal to the black and white material, or printing rather, material, and let C be the colored material, and let P be the photo printing material. So this is our given. Now let us identify our equation. So it states there that Mika printed 5 pages of black and white, so 5B plus 4 pages of colored, 4C, plus 3 pages of photo printing. So 3P is equal to totaling to 345 pesos. The next one is, it also states here that Ajax printed 10 pages of black and white plus 9 pages of colored plus 8 pages of photo printing is equal to 820 pesos. Next one is, the last one is, it says here that Giselle printed 20 pages of black and white material plus 15 pages of colored plus 12 pages of photo printing. So 12P is equal to 1,350. So this is our equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. Now, what system of linear equation we will be going to use? So here we will be going to use elimination method. So the next thing that we need to do is again to eliminate a variable. So here we can eliminate D. But first thing is equation 1 to equation 2, then equation 2 to equation 3 to make equation 4 and equation 5. So first one is equation 1 and equation 2. So let us eliminate the variable B. So to eliminate B, use -2 equation 1 plus equation 2. So again, distribute the -2 into our equation number 1. So -2 multiplied by 5b is equal to -10b. Then -2 multiplied by 4c is -8c. And then -2 multiplied by 3p is -6p. And 345 multiplied by -2 is -690. Now let us copy the equation number 2. So 10b plus 9c plus 8p is equal to 820. So eliminate this. So -8c plus 9c is equal to c. Since this is higher than the negative value, so we put this in the positive value. So the next one is -6p plus 8p is equal to positive 2p. So plus 2p is equal to -690 plus 820 is equal to 130. So this is our equation number 4. So for our equation number 5, let us use the equation 2 and the equation 3. So to eliminate B, use -2 equation 2 plus equation 3. So again, distribute this to equation 2. -2 multiplied by 10b is equal to -20b. -2 multiplied by 9c is equal to -18c. And then -2 multiplied by 8p is equal to -16p. Then 820 multiplied by -2 is -1640. Then copy the equation number 3. 20b plus 15c plus 12p is equal to 1,350. So we can eliminate here the variable b. So -18c plus 15c is equal to -3c. Then -16p plus 12p is equal to -4p. Is equal to -1,640 plus 1,350 is equal to -290. So since this is our equation number 4, this will be our equation number 5. Let's write it down. So the next thing that we need to do is to find the value of B, C, and T. So how can we do that? So the first thing that we can do here is to eliminate p again using these two equations. So to eliminate p, let us write down here. To eliminate p, use equation 4 plus equation 5. So this is our equation 4 and this is our equation number 5. So to eliminate p, 2 multiplied by c is equal to 2c. 2 multiplied by 2p is equal to positive 4p. And then 130 multiplied by 2 is equal to 260. Then we can use this to eliminate p. Then just copy this equation number 5. So negative 3c minus 4p is equal to negative 290. So here we can cancel this. The negative 3c plus 2c is equal to negative c. Then 260 minus 290 is equal to negative 30. Notice that this is negative. So we can just multiply negative 1 both sides to make it positive. So c is equal to 30. So this is the value of c. So the next thing that we can do is to solve for the value of p. To solve for p, since we already found this, or we already found the value of c, we can just substitute here in either of these two equations. So we can use this equation number 4. So use or substitute c is equal to 30 in equation number 4. There. So let us copy this equation. C plus 2p is equal to 130. Then the value of c, which is equal to 30, plus 2p is equal to 130. Again, transpose this one into the other side, and the operation will change into subtraction. So 2p is equal to 130 minus 30 is equal to 2p equal 100. So to isolate p, we can divide both sides by 2. So p is equal to 50. So this is the value of p. Again, for the value of b, we can substitute this and this to any equation here. But here we can use the equation number 1. So to find the value of b, substitute c is equal to 30 and p is equal to 50 in equation 1. So let's write this down. 5b plus 4c plus 3p is equal to 345. So here we can substitute the value of c and p. So 5b plus 4 multiplied by 30 plus 3 multiplied by 50 is equal to 345. So 5b, so this will become 120. 5b plus 120 plus 3 multiplied by 50 is 150 is equal to 345. So 120 plus 150 is equal to 270. So 5b plus 270 is equal to 345. Now again, transpose this. This is constant, so we can subtract it to this constant as well to isolate the variable b. So 5b is equal to 345 minus 270. So 5b is equal to 75. Then divide both sides to find the value of b. So b is equal to 75 divided by 5 is equal to 15. So this is the value of b. Now for our conclusion, therefore, the black and white cause 15 pesos. The colored cost 30 pesos. And the photo printing costs 50 pesos. So this is our final answer and our final conclusion. So I included the pesos since we are looking for the cost of each material. For you to further analyze the solution and the process, you can refer to these images. Now for the last one, we also have here a word problem involving 3 variables. So a barangay is organizing a fundraising project where they sell 3 items: t-shirts, caps, and mugs. So this is our variables. So we have 3 variables. The t-shirts are sold at 230 pesos each, the caps at 120 each, and the mugs at 200 each. At the end of the day, the total sales amounted to 36,060. Altogether, 180 items were sold. Interestingly, the number of mugs sold was equal to the combined number of t-shirts and caps sold. Formulate a system of 3 equations to represent the situations and determine how many of each item were sold. The first thing that we need to do here is to, of course, identify the given. So let T be the number of t-shirts. Then let C be the number of cups. Then let M be the number of mugs. So we have here our 3 variables. So the next thing that we need to do is to identify the equations that we will be using. The first one is 230t. Since the price of the t-shirt is 230 pesos, the price of the cup is 120 pesos, and the price of the mug is 200 pesos. So our first equation is 230t plus 120c plus 200m, which is equal to 36,060. So since this is our total sales, so the second equation is, since the sold items is 180 items, so T plus C plus M is equal to 180. So this is our total sales or total amount of items that were sold. And then the last equation is, it states here that the number of mugs sold was equal to the combination of t-shirt and the cups. So M is equal to T plus C. So we have here our equation number 1, equation number 2, and equation number 3. So what methods of linear equations we will be going to use? So since we already have the value of M here, we can just substitute here to this equation. Therefore, the system of linear equation that we will be going to use is substitution method. So the second one is, notice that M is equal to T plus C, and in this second equation we have T plus C plus M. So technically, the T plus C here will be equal to M. So we can write that down as M plus M is equal to 180. Then M plus M is equal to 2M is equal to 180, and then 180 divided by 2, so M is equal to 90. So we already locate or found the value of M here. Now we can substitute this in our equation number 1. So 230t plus 120C plus 200 multiplied by 90 is equal to 36,060. So we just substitute the value of m here. Then 230t plus 120c plus 200 multiplied by 90 is equal to 18,000. It's equal to 36,060. So we can just transpose this, and then the operation will change into subtraction. So 230t plus 120c is equal to 3660 minus 18,000. So our final equation here is 230t plus 120c is equal to 36,060 minus 18,000 is equal to 18,060. So this is our equation for now. So another thing that we can do is to derive a formula here, since we already found the value of m. So let's try that. So t plus c plus m is equal to 180. So t plus c plus 90 is equal to 180. So t plus c is equal to 180 minus 90, and t plus c is equal to 90. So here, we can either use this to find the value of t or c. So t is equal to 90 minus c. We just transpose c to the other side, and the operation changes. Then we can use this. We can use the value of t here to substitute in this equation. So let's try that again. So 230, then t, which is 90 minus c, plus 120c is equal to 18,060. Then distribute. So 230 multiplied by 90 is equal to 20,700. Then 230 multiplied by negative c is negative 230c. Just copy this, plus 120c is equal to 18,060. So combine like terms, we transpose this one to change its operation to the other side. So negative 230c plus 120c is equal to 18,060 minus 20,700. So 230c plus 120c is equal to negative 110c. 110c is equal to 18,060 minus 20,700 is equal to negative 2,640. Now to isolate our variable c, we divide both sides by 110. So 110, negative 110 over 110 is equal to 1. So this is just c. And then negative 2,640 divided by 10 is equal to 24. Since this is both negative, negative divided by negative will be positive. So we have here the value of c. Now we can use this again to find the value of t. So to find the value of t, substitute c is equal to 24 in equation in t is equal to 90 minus c. So t is equal to 90 minus c, t is equal to 90 minus 24, and that is 66. So t is equal to 66. So now we have the value of m, the value of c, and the value of t. Now we can do our conclusion. Therefore, 66 t-shirts, 24 cups, 24 cups, and 90 mugs were sold at the fundraising project. Therefore, this is our final answer and our final conclusion. For you to further analyze the solution and the process, you can refer to these images. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something.